rocking back with Daneo. Down to earth, yeah. I got you back. Back.
Are we back?
Yeah.
Here we go. What's good?
That's how it is in the universe, man. Trust me. That's how it is. That's what's going on right now. Like, yeah, it's good. I like the new music, man. I've been listening to the one with what's her name again? Featuring Eccentric, right?
Century, yeah.
Century
Is all kinds of dope, man. I've sort of nicknamed her the sickest singer in the six. I think she's incredible. She has a brand new EP out right now called Problems of the Century that you can go to Spotify or anywhere else you stream or download music. She has an incredible voice. She is complete raw talent, and she is in no less than 3 songs from the new album, The Day It All Changed. And one of those songs, Worth All the Hurt's probably my favorite song of my career. And nothing but love for Century, man. So that's actually the first video from the album. So y'all can YouTube that when you get a chance. Worth All the Hurt featuring Century with an X. Big shout out to Nish. That's my brother, Mighty Mono from Toronto. Mono love, bro. Speaking of Nish, Cedar Hill. Look up Cedar Hill as well. That's the group with him in Landscape, man. Pure fire for the real heads. So Cedar Hill, yes, sir. Big respect, man. Shouts to Mark Campbell, man. Lieberman alumni in the building. Everyone's joining now. It's like the second time around, man. Hopefully we don't lose anybody with the connection.
It's true.
Like we did before.
That's how we do it on the Down to Earth podcast, yo. Because I've been just like, I had shows canceled too. And the funny thing, these last couple shows, what I was supposed to do was supposed to get me on. Like, I was getting on. Like, it was just, I got that energy. It was like my time. You know what I mean? Right. It's still my time, but in a different way. So I definitely said, yo, I'm getting older, right? And I know knowledge of the hip hop and, like, I could go on. Let me put it into like a podcast.
Yeah.
Information, because you guys haven't got anything yet, like on certain issues. Like, there's a lot of different, I would say teachings through the years. I have like been through like different, experiences and seen where I could give the world some of that knowledge before if I go out in the flesh. You get what I mean? These people will know, like everything what I learned is from myself and like my pops. Like a lot of people, some people have that connection, but in our community, a lot of people don't have that connection. So my gave me the knowledge what he been through. Like how people talk about like the Malcolm X or the Black Panther and all that shit. Like what people are going through those times, he was going through that shit. He was one of them. He was one of the guys. You get what I mean? Back in the 70s, 70s. He was into what you would say Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, when him from South Africa, Mandela. Yeah. He brought me to Mandela when Mandela got out and came to Canada. I remember I was little, he brought me down to, I don't know if it was Parker stuff. Yeah, him and his friends just to see Mandela, because he always talked about Mandela. And when I was in school projects, he would just help me, tell me, yo, you want to learn about Jamaica, do a project about Jamaica, I tell you about Jamaica. Or whoever, Mandela, like it helped me, that part for history in school. Like I loved history all through school, you get what I mean? Till now. Yeah. So that to the music, and like, people know I said it before on other thing, like my dad was a sound man, and that's how we got into it, because the music was always pumping in the house for real. Speakers. Right. You hear the Earthquake Sound. The speakers were really those big ass you used to see at Caravana. When you go to Caravana. Oh, wow, yeah. That just goes to show you, man, like how influential our parents are. You know what I'm saying? Big shouts on the house media. It's our job to pass on the knowledge. I agree completely. Man, I do so much. I try to do so much to inspire Melina, to encourage her, to to enlighten her about things that she may not know about. Obviously, because she's a little girl and she's growing up and she needs guidance and she needs love. My situation's a little bit different in that my father was from Spain, and what I learned a lot from him is sacrifice. At the age of he was a teenager moving into his early 20s, and played semi-pro soccer out there. And that was his dream.
to be this soccer player, and he played on TV, and he was, you know, somewhat of a big deal. But like, I'm a small guy. He was smaller than me. We're talking about like 5'3".
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so his brother-in-law encouraged him. Is like, yo, I don't know if you're gonna fully make it in the soccer game. I think it's, you know what, you may. He encouraged him to learn a trade and find opportunities in Canada. So if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be here. And also, it just kind of taught me, like, his whole mindset was on his future and how to raise a family in the best situation he could. And at the time, he felt like Canada was a better standard, had a better standard of living. He also chose it over the States because of whatever the issues were that, you know, we could still talk about today. So I think about that when I think about my little girl, what I'm willing to sacrifice for her. And that's pretty much damn near anything, man. I sacrifice time, energy, money, literally any and everything, because it really is all about her. That's why the album's called The Day It All Changed. And that's why on the album cover, I am dissipating and she is being created. Because it ain't about me. Right? It's all about her. So that's what he really taught me. And God bless him, because we lost him 3 years ago. And it's to me, one of the biggest lessons is that even though we had like a certain period when I was in my teenage years where we weren't getting along, one thing I can definitely say is my dad was always there, always put it down for the family, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I grew up in Scarborough, and people like to stereotype Scarborough. We were in a nice neighborhood in a nice house, and we were not rich, but man, we didn't suffer. And that's because this man put in work. He came to this country, didn't know how to speak English. You know what I'm saying? Like, did what he could, bro, and also became the greatest grandfather of all time before he passed. And so, you know, in his memory, I gotta continually make sure how much not only I keep his memory alive in my daughter's mind, but in mine through my actions and what I do every day. You know, one thing, I mean, sometimes it's small things, bro. Like, he would reward my academic career. So if I got a good report card, he'd take me to the record store, because that's what I wanted. As a kid, I loved my toys, but I'm like, I want a new record. So I got a new record every time I came home with a good report card. And I do the same thing for Melina. They ain't records, but she gets report card gifts. And she's about to graduate from senior kindergarten, and they can't have a graduation ceremony because of the coronavirus. So they're supposed to do something virtually, but you know, I got her LOL doll waiting for her as her graduation gift, and she needs to know that, you know, she deserves to be celebrated when she does good work, when she works hard, when she tries, when she succeeds. And that's something that my dad taught me, and you know what? It helped me become an academic. I was like an honor roll student throughout my entire academic career, straight through to university, graduating on the dean's list. So, you know, our parents' influence is a lot. That's another reason why I wrote the Deadbeat diss track, because they are missing out on so much when it comes to their children's lives. The children are missing out. You know what I'm saying? When that parent's missing. So yeah, man, we gotta do our thing for them.
Yeah, we gotta do it. And right now, four kids.
Yeah, 4.
Yeah.
Yo, not easy, but congrats 4 times over, bro. That's big.
Two turning 20. Gonna be 20.
Say what?
2 turning 20. 1 turning 16, and 1 turning 23.
Wow. So what? 20-year-old twins?
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing, man.
So
that's amazing, bro.
Do the you know, the system. You know, growing up, like, I had to sacrifice certain things. Working pops every day, you know, that job what you might not want to do, but
right, gotta do it.
If that's just how I was raised, you know what I mean?
That's good, man. Well, you're obviously living proof, you know what I'm saying? How you're raised clearly plays a big role, how you turn out. And that's obviously why you're clearly a good pops, man. There's nothing more important to me, man. Like, I've lived in like shit, man. My career has lasted 20 plus years, and I'm all these albums deep and everything that I'm doing, and there's no compliment that comes close to you're a good pop. You know what I'm saying? And there's also no diss that bothers me anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ain't feeling my rhymes, like whatever. I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? It means nothing. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm made of. I know what I'm capable of. And at the end of the day, Melina loves me. And I'm telling you, it's an incredible feeling to know that the best job you could ever have is being a parent. And again, the best compliment I could ever receive is how good I'm doing at being a parent. You obviously know 4 times over, it's not easy, you know. So yeah, that's a big, that's big. That's big.
Definitely, man. So how you adapting? How, like, everyone asks this, adapting to this isolation, you know, for this system, what they have put us more in right now. How you adapted? Like,
how am I adapting? Well, luckily, I'll be honest with you, it hasn't been that rough on me, because where I'm sitting right now in the corner of my bedroom is actually my office on a day-to-day. So I actually work as a blog writer for nearly 2 dozen businesses across North America. Like I said, I'm an English major, and writing is my forte. So if I'm not writing lyrics, I might be writing press releases, bios, blogs, social media posts. It's what I do in addition to being an actor. So everything under the umbrella of arts and entertainment, with the exception of like live shows and auditions and acting gigs, take place in this very seat that I'm in right now. So working from home is normal for me. So unlike a lot of people, it hasn't been that crazy a transition. Also, obviously, I'm spending even more time with my little girl, homeschooling her, and, you know, having her like literally all throughout the day, for several days at a time. And she's a joy and a half. I can't tell you how much I love her and how amazing she is. So I've been able to easily sort of see the bright side of the situation, because, you know, I can't speak for anybody else, but like in my situation, like I share custody. So my situation is so that we go back and forth every day, drop her to school, her mom picks her up, she drops her to school, I pick her up. And now, because of the coronavirus pandemic, we've decided we're not going to do the back and forth the way we used to. We'll do 1 week on, 1 week off. So when I have a whole week with her, it's just a different experience. And I enjoy the hell out of it. And then the week that I don't have her, I'm ultra busy doing all kinds of stuff. So it helps me, because I miss her so much, you know what I'm saying? But it helps me to be focused on other things and to, you know, take care of business between the writing work that I do and then the new songs that I'm writing, just whatever I'm doing. I work out at home, whatever. So for me, you gotta, and hopefully, if you're a person who's not used to working at home or it's really getting to you, I encourage you to try to think of it this way. Again, like we said off the top of this whole thing, this pandemic is brand new for everybody. You know what I'm saying? This is not like any one person's problem. We're all dealing with it. And at the end of the day, the only real positive outcome is to get out of this with your health intact, to be alive, to be healthy, to be safe. So there's worse things than, you know, don't go out and booze. You know what I mean? I hate it. I love summer. Summer's my favorite season. I had Blue Jays tickets. I was looking forward to Carabana, Wonderland, C&E, you name it. I'm a Toronto man. Any Toronto summer thing, I'm there. And now I can't. So does it suck? Of course. Do I want to come out of this with my health intact and my daughter alive and well? Absolutely. So I'm doing what it takes. That's how I see it. I know it's tough. I know it's hard. It's hard on all of us. But you know what I'm saying? I'm doing my best to like just trying to bright side this whole thing. And that's why I also said earlier too, not that I would have wished this, but the fact that we're at home, and the fact that this pandemic is going on. Number one, before I say what I was going to say, I'm going to say this. You got your podcast going. I have a new podcast going called The Godfathers of Podcasting. I've done 2 shows live from this very spot in my bedroom. I did one in March and one in April. Thankfully, there's some you know, resources out there to pay artists to do these live concerts from home. So it's inspired things that wouldn't have happened. You know what I'm saying? Like new podcasts, new ways of communicating, even the way that we're connecting like this. And also because of these horrible atrocities that have been affecting us for the past few days, few weeks, literally forever, but especially these recent ones, there's new ways in which we're coming together to be able to share information, like I said earlier, to expose the devils for who they are and to unite with the people who are on the side of good. So I'll be honest with you, bro. I have been in a pretty negative space for the past 3 days. And I'm appreciative of this opportunity to be talking to you tonight, because even as I'm answering these questions, I'm reminded of the positive aspects of life that we deserve to enjoy. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit to be mad about, and I'm mad about it. And there's a lot of shit that, you know what I'm saying, we could really let bury us emotionally, and we got to do our best to balance it. And that's what I'm doing. I'm balancing it with the week that I spent with my daughter. That's a complete joy. I'm balancing it with the fact that I'm already working on my next album. You know, I'm balancing it with the fact that at the very least, I do have an outlet, and I can utilize the, you know, the internet and social media like this to connect with other people in the world in ways that we never could.
Yeah,
when my first record came out, we weren't doing this. This is impossible. You know what I'm saying? So, man, utilize what you have. Be grateful for everything that you do have, and utilize it. Utilize your voice. Utilize technology to share your voice. Do what you can that's positive, because it's like you were saying before, man. Some people are choosing that negative lifestyle.
Yeah.
There's always going to be bad shit, but you can't choose it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like right now, after this, spend time with the family. You know what I mean? Like, I'm always spending time watching movies.
Speak of that, like, straight up, I have met new family because of the coronavirus pandemic. Big shout out to my cousin Red Rat. For anybody who don't know, I've done a bunch of tracks with him. Dancehall legend Red Rat is a cousin of mine.
Oh, I heard that. I heard of Red Rat.
Yeah. And so he hollered, it's about a couple of weeks ago, and had his cousins on the line and an uncle. And then next thing you know, we're talking about how we're related. And we're like, yeah, actually, our grandparents are cousins, and we know each other through this family member. And we're putting together this family tree in our minds. And then he got an uncle on it was like a WhatsApp chat of like 8 people. And the uncle's trying to put together this family tree, but he knows their side. So I'm in the midst of like trying at some point or the other, trying to get my side and how it's connected. So I'm like, this is amazing. There's people like, Cali, New York, Florida, the UK, all these people are on this chat, and we're somehow all related. And had there been no COVID, of us sitting at home wondering who to talk to live on the video, I wouldn't even have met these people. And now we got this WhatsApp chat going, and we're in constant communication and just spreading love and blessings on a daily basis. And it feels good, man, because I don't have a lot of family here in Toronto. Like my family's spread out. All of my Jamaican family left, and they're in the States or they're in the UK. And then I have family in Spain. You feel me? So to connect with family is always a big deal for me, you know, because most of them are far away. So crazy, that's one of the best things to come out of this for me.
Yeah, with technology now, that's the beauty of technology, but to connect.
Yeah, it's like I said, man, there's a lot of shit to be mad about, man, but you can't choose it. This is why I did this big speech earlier in our talk here today, bro, about finding a way within yourself to make change, because none of us want to be in a negative situation. No one wants COVID-19. No one wants murderous cops. No one wants racism. What we do with it and how we handle it makes all the difference. Sometimes you do have to take that active approach. That's what I was talking about earlier. I am going to take stands in ways that I never have before. But the flip side to that is also, what makes you happy? Straight up, dog, I make sure that I watch at least a half an hour of comedy every day. I told you I work from home. So on my lunch breaks, I'm out watching TV. I'm old school. I'll play a DVD. I'm watching Perfect Strangers right now. I'm on season 5. You know what I'm saying? I saw him back in the 80s, but I love that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So find ways to laugh. Put on your favorite music. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, man. Find ways. It's therapeutic. You know, you need to be able to find the positive in life. Because I'll admit, like I said to you earlier, the past 72 hours, I was vexed at the planet, bro. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing but negativity in my world. But I have to remember those other things that make me remember the beauty of in life. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, it's my daughter, it's my music, my family, and again, getting a good laugh, chilling with whatever. You know what I'm saying? We got to try and remember that as well. And I think in some scenarios, when you're at home during this whole COVID thing, how do you take advantage of all the extra time? Be pissed off about it because you're not, out there, or find a way to connect with people in ways that you haven't before, because like you said, we have the technology to do it. So that's what's been happening over here. So I'm at least grateful for that.
I'm grateful that you came on, special guest.
No doubt.
Legendary MC that we connected. And yeah, man, bless up for being on the Down to Earth podcast, Daneo.
Big respect.
We must connect again. You get what I mean? Like, I'm not a person.
Sure.
I think like this, it's building. Like, we gotta do like what you say. Is take something like this to make change.
Yeah, absolutely. I really truly believe that's the way we got to bottom line this whole conversation. Is what are you? And when I say you, I mean literally everybody. What are you going to do different from this stage on in to help the world just be a little less shitty? You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to take work, and it's going to take work from all of us. So that said, I appreciate you, bro. Like, platforms like this, an ability for me to, be able to share more information about not just my music and what I'm doing, but my opinions, that hopefully someone will listen to it, spark some change within them, spark some positivity in a time where there's a lot of negativity. And this is what we need. We need to keep building and keep supporting each other. So thank you.
Yeah, bless up, man. That's why
Respect,
I call it,
brother.
I do it down to earth. So it's not just about the artist's music. It's about like the artists themselves, what they feel about what's going on in the universe. You get what I mean?
No.
Yeah, man.
All right. Respect, brother. Sorry for the pause there. Respect. Big up, man.
Daneo.